Oh yeah, that's a vibe. Is there water in that? I like lights, man. I've always had lights and stuff going. I always like lights. When I
Lights are
was
good.
when I was a kid, I had the whole black light set up in my room. Like we freaking painted on the walls with the paint and stuff. It was sick. Oh yeah, classic. It's not water, is it? It's oil.
And welcome to Next to the Lamp. What's up, Malapert Many? You guys know I got to do that.
What's
I
up, everybody?
I have the stuff for it. I just don't. I just haven't programmed it, and it's been like a year and a half, 2 years, and I just haven't programmed it. But it is what it is. And you'll have to say like I don't like we could just say Dr. Tom if you want.
Whatever. Yeah, my name's Tom Mazzetti.
Okay.
It's I go by Tom a lot. It's my initials, Thomas Owen. So people call me Tom.
People call me Tom. My name is Tom. You know, Primus.
Isn't it Mud?
Yeah, it is,
Yeah,
bud.
yeah.
But your name's Tom. What?
You don't know that?
I'm just kidding. Awesome, dude. We got a pretty amazing show for you guys today. I just want to let you guys know you're the real ones. Like I said, I'm still getting downloads and stuff, even though I've been very inconsistent. I still haven't had a 0 day, so we're getting downloads, bro. Down. Yeah, doesn't reflect so much on social media because they're not that type of crowd, you know. They're not the commenters, they're not like the likers, you know. And you know, they're just out there doing their thing.
A little loose, but
You broke it.
I'll try to.
You broke
I didn't
You're
touch
not,
it.
yeah, you touched it before we started rolling.
You told me to position it.
Oh my gosh, man. You tell the guy, you give a guy an inch, he takes a mile, you know? I've heard that. So Dr. Tom is a musician here, as well as a doctor. How's proctology?
Proctology.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to school for some atmospheric science school. Looking up a couple jobs. Might be opening up locally here. So put some applications in, see what happens.
Yeah.
Might be able to do some science work.
Dude, science is cool.
Technician work.
So what really got you into science? Was it like the class, or was it just like, man, I think I like how things work sometimes?
Like I mean, I don't know. I was always a kid that like I like the science, like doing a science fair project was like kind of fun for me growing up. It wasn't like
Nerd.
the writing it up part was the pain in the,
Yeah.
or making the freaking threefold poster board was a pain, but the fooling around with stuff and making stuff. This mic is cutting in and out.
Because you gotta have it a little bit closer.
Is it? No, maybe I.
Yeah, you have a little. Bro, you're the only guest that this has happened to. Okay, normally it's not like
Dude,
this.
my mic stands, they only last a couple dozen shows and then they're done.
Jeez.
Mic stands are like a what do you say? It's like brake pads on your car. It's like it's a wear item.
Oh, okay. Only so many road shows you can do with those, huh?
Yeah. But back to the science thing. I mean, I don't know. Like, I was always fascinated, like with like I grew up in Florida, like the thunderstorms, the lightning, and the hurricanes and stuff. It always seemed cool, and I was always like good at math and like in the classes and stuff. So I just kind of picked atmospheric science and went to school undergrad and kept going. Like, school wasn't that like a whole. I mean, obviously there's challenges to school and stuff, but
Yeah.
geek in a way. I geek out about everything, whether it's music, gear, freaking playing with synthesizers, sound design, or like tuning up truss rods on freaking old ass acoustic guitars or whatever. It's like it's all the same in a way.
Yeah.
The mic is definitely
yeah. I know. I just heard that a lot actually, and I apologize to the listeners. I mean, my mic's good, and like I think that's okay, right? Because like I think they're here
put
for
subtitles
me,
on
it later. Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
Just dub in
your voice. My own voice. I just converse with myself. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, that's the era of creating content these days, isn't it? Like a lot of people are just talking to themselves.
You gotta put stuff out there, right?
Yeah, dude, and like I just got my first 1,000 likes on TikTok, like whatevs, right? And then they're like, "Oh yeah, we're canceling that." I was like,
I haven't even touched TikTok yet.
yeah,
I like technology in a way, but I'm cool with Instagram, and like I still use Facebook a bit to like check out Marketplace.
yeah,
And like, some people still like message on that stuff too. So
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a social media, but
when
yeah,
did
I
that
don't know.
stuff hit your like when did you guys start using that? Like how old were you? What year was it? Because it hits in different parts of the country. Like, because I'm from Tampa, it's like a huge place. There's like
Right.
23 high schools in the county.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, that's
like
a lot.
yeah, I got on Facebook in like 2008, I think.
I was on Facebook. I was really against it, as well as I didn't have internet.
Okay, yeah,
So,
yeah, like
I,
me and freaking yeah.
so like when I moved to Laramie, actually in 2010, it might have even been like beginning 2011. I was like, fine, I'll get a
Yeah,
Facebook.
like came to school and stuff or whatever, right?
Yeah, yeah, because like I don't know, my mom told me about some stuff our uncles were doing and things like that, and they're like, oh, you can see it on Facebook. I was like,
Yeah, so you were already an adult by the time you were.
oh yeah,
Like I was like flirting with girls on like freaking on the I aim chat, like in like early high school.
okay.
So, like,
I had AOL
and,
chat,
yeah, and all
or
that, and
MSN
like
Messenger.
yeah, or like on it wasn't Zoom. What was it? It was Skype.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, just like Skyping freaking your friends.
yeah,
Like,
dude.
I I used to like if you do some deep dives, if you stalk me, you might be able to see on my Facebook profile. I used to like sing ukulele birthday songs for people on Facebook, like before
Before
that stuff,
Cameo?
like before like posting videos of yourself on the internet singing or playing music was like like a thing. Like now it's just like all the time you see that stuff.
Yeah.
Like you look at my YouTube channel, like I posted some new stuff on there from like paragliding,
Right.
posted some music on there, but like the first video I ever posted was like on YouTube was like 2008 or 7. It was just me doing a stupid dance to a freaking ringtone on a stupid little, like one of them stupid little
Classics.
ringtones on like a Nokia flip phone.
Yeah.
Like we were just being stupid. And now freaking 20 years later, 15 years later, it's like, whoa, that's like a huge thing.
Yeah. I didn't really like I've always been the guy behind the camera, not really much in front of the camera, so like I don't have like many pictures with friends or
it's hard to take pictures, man.
friends. Yeah. So like I was at the New Year's Eve party, right? And this girl, she was like, let's take a selfie. And I was like,
you didn't know how to smile for a
yeah.
picture. Really,
Yeah. Yeah. I just look so awkward in all of them, dude, like that's just who I am.
I like to embrace the awkward picture face. Like just try to make like a silly face for the picture, and like it's way better than just like a regular little smile. Like,
I know. I've always been self-conscious of like my teeth though, because like they're a little crooked, but not like super bad. But like, no,
it happens. At least they're not like rotted. Like,
I do maintain at least
like,
a little bit.
Sometimes it's a little straighter or whatever. They'll do best.
Yeah. Yeah, we all do our best, that's for sure.
Freaking
atmospheric pressure. So like what did you go to school for?
I studied so I did get a bachelor's in meteorology.
Cool. Meteors and stuff like that can happen.
No, like the weather, like the climate. I did like practiced like broadcasting. I studied computers and all that.
Okay.
And then I got a master's and a PhD following things like
Okay. That's a lot. That's a lot of school. That's a lot of knowledge.
The cool thing about going to college, like, studying for your future and all this other stuff. But I got to do the marching band, the sousaphone at Florida State, which was like really sweet. Like 3 years, like getting to play in front of like a huge audience several times a year.
Yeah.
We got to go to like the championship and all that stuff. So like playing the tuba, like I got to like travel the country playing the tuba. It was like
That's pretty wild.
sweet. Yeah. Like I mean, it was a lot of time and commitment. The marching band in the university. Like
How often did you practice?
it was I remember the schedule for undergrad in the fall. It was like every day of the week you had a 2 hour, like you're at the field. It was like taking a class.
Right.
And then it was like Saturdays, basically. Like if there was a game, you basically had to commit your whole day to it. And it was cool though. I mean, you got a little bit of food, you got to like to travel, like it was just like making music, and it was like hype, you know, because like Florida State was like super into the marching band and like the whole fight song and the whole war chant, you know, like the so it was the energy, like people being stoked as F to can we hear like,
If you want to swear,
stoked
man, you
as
can,
fuck to like hear you play this freaking line that's like super simple or whatever, but you get to play it as loud as you want, and like
you're gonna sit there and say the F word and then say freaking right after it. What do you yeah, what are we doing here?
I don't know.
Are we committing to it? Are we not? You get
It's a puppy. You get she's got 2 color eyes like
you get.
Is it the mic? Is it the processing?
I think it's because you're still too far away.
Am
See,
I-
like look how far
Is
mine
it like
is.
if I'm
No, yeah.
Okay, maybe I'll move it
There, that's good.
closer.
That's good. That's that's good. Don't do that. Don't do that.
It's just ASMR video.
Sorry, guys. I know you guys love that stuff, but so marching band is that so have you always played the tuba? Like were your
So
parents
like
really-
my dad played like the drums and the guitar a bit growing up, so we like had that in the house growing up in the living room basically, which was cool. Like, you know, like as long as it was an appropriate time of the day based on the schedule, we could just make music at the house, which was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then I got my brother played the trumpet through school and everything. He was really good at that, so like I naturally started on that as admiration of my brother growing up. And then I quickly switched to the tuba, and I got interested in playing the bass guitar for fun. I eventually did that in the jazz band in school, and then like did the trombone one year because there was like the teacher liked the way this other guy played bass better than me. He's super cool. He's rad. He's really good. Michael Lindo, I think he's still performing and everything, which is sick. And Lorenzo and Michael, they were brothers. One day I played guitar. He was like super good at the jazz, like all them chords. But yeah, I played trombone one year, and then like did the tuba and the sousaphone and the marching band, like. And then like once I like it was weird because like when I moved away and like after I finished the marching band in school, like in college last year, and I focused on school a little bit, like I missed having the tuba a lot.
Oh, really?
So like it made me explore like these other ways to make music. So like I got into like synthesizers, excuse me, and like playing the keys a little more and stuff like that. And I got a PA system, playing with some bands, doing the bass guitar, and eventually I was like planning to build this like really sweet bass guitar, like with my brother, because he like makes machines and all that stuff and milling and all that. Long story short, that never happened. We got all the stuff or whatever. But then I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just buy the sousaphone. And I bought a sousaphone, and it's been like the best thing ever, even though it's like a total blow of money, like to get something like that, you know.
Yeah.
R.I.P. my dad. I got a little bit of cash to spare, you know. So
R.I.P. my okay. In memory with the sousaphone. Got it.
I mean, like he'd probably be mad at me if he knew I spent the money on a sousaphone, but he used to come watch all the practices. Like when he didn't have anything to do or whatever, he would just come hang out and watch marching band practice, like whatever, a couple times around. He was like the weird old guy hanging out at the high school marching band practice.
Word.
Was my dad. And I don't think he was being weird. He just liked the music and watching the process of it coming together, and like how, like, you know, when I would be practicing at the house or whatever, like the first couple times you try that really tough lick, it's like sounds like shit.
Right.
Yeah. And then like, you know, by the end of this semester or whatever, then like the whole band and it sounds really good. And like the process of watching that growth, I think is really cool. Like, versus just like what you get at a concert, like at a big concert, like understanding what goes into a Red Rocks show. Like a lot of people just think it just happens. It takes like hours and hours and hours of work to put together that one drop. Like that subwoofer took like 5 hours. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like that bass drop, like, you know, in a track that you see like with a crazy light show. It's like every little tiny piece, like at that level, is practiced and done for their whole. Like a lot of people takes decades to get to like a level like that.
Yeah.
That was a
Yeah.
monologue as fuck, but
It's all right. Yeah, because like I think a lot of it is, you know, consistency is obviously everything. Like discipline and consistency is what makes music, right? Like,
really anything.
well, yeah, really. I mean, but I mean with AI, like, you know,
Yeah,
it's
AI,
just a
you could
prompt
just
now,
say,
you know,
hey,
like,
I don't want to
yeah,
try it at all. What
right.
can we get with that?
Yeah, exactly. So like, that kind of stuff. But like anything like creative, you know, like it takes a lot. And I was listening to the Mikey Strongman episode that I released of this, and I say like a lot. I'm gonna quit.
Like,
Yeah.
similes. You're just a fan of similes.
Right. Yeah, I have to quit saying that because I said it a lot and a lot. So this is what like therapy is mainly about, right? It's like recognizing patterns and actively correcting them, right?
And then there's like also like a public speaking kind of aspect of that. Like I did some practice with that, like with TV weather presentation.
TV weather
TV weather.
presentation. Isn't that just
Yeah,
reading
yeah.
a prompt though?
No, like I mean, like to some extent, like you prepare like what graphics you're gonna have, like
Right.
oh, like you're gonna go through the 5-day like numbers, like the highs and lows, and then you're gonna go to the map of the radar and the satellite, and maybe talk about some like you know like
Yeah.
and like so like it was like it was a practice of like how to like speak well about this topic in a way that's like comprehensible like to your audience on a TV broadcast, for instance, in that case, like versus like how you would speak to a Mr. Beast channel. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Like, oh fuck
Yeah.
you know, like it's like a practice, you know. Like,
What's
you know,
up,
no,
juggalos and juggalettes?
yeah, or yeah, like all the different little subcultures. So,
Dude,
it's weird how different people speak to each other.
right. Yeah. I got in trouble with that actually. Because they said I was code speaking.
Code speaking.
Right.
We got Aaron and I had a song with Mo, Too Much Spice.
Okay.
It's just like when you get like too much embellishment or like too hype about something, then it's just like becomes off-putting.
Right.
It's like, my bad, yo. I was just being hype. Like
Yeah.
Too much spice. So.
Okay. Yeah. And I was like, code speak. What? And they're like, yeah, well, you talk differently to other people. It's like, yeah.
Code switching and stuff. Oh yeah. I mean, like
So I'll be like,
that's a classic.
I'll be like, you know, some of my friends, I just like, hey, motherfucker, like, what's going on? Like, I don't give a fuck.
Versus like your boss at work is like, hey, how's it going, sir?
Yeah. Code speak, you know? And so, like, they were like, you just need to not do that. I'm like, why is that a negative thing, for one? And two, why are you so concerned? Like, I don't even, who the hell are you? Anyway, actually, get away from me. You smell bad.
Yeah. Syntax can be tough. Language is a very difficult thing.
Yeah.
Like it's a real struggle of mine. Like, you know, if it wasn't for, I always say if it wasn't for spell check, I probably wouldn't have graduated high school.
Oh,
they would not have let me pass. Like I would have failed English class like if I had no help with that on like all my papers and stuff like that when it was on
like
the
when you were
computer.
back handwriting it.
Well, like before then, you know, like grade school and stuff like that, they didn't like it was like right about 6th grade we really started like, okay, you're gonna do assignments on your computer because we expect that basically you're gonna have one of those around, like because it was a big place or whatever. And plenty of libraries, and the school had a library, and you could check out a laptop if you needed it or whatever.
Okay,
but yeah, dude, freaking writing and talking and everything, it can get jumbled up so many different ways. Like, and if you're not like right in front of somebody when the communication is happening, it's like chances are it's not going to go through the right way, like
Dude,
texting or
yeah.
whatever. Like,
I hate text because of that. Like, at least if I can, I'm gonna show my age here probably, and I'm gonna be saying some old people shit.
T9, like,
Yeah. Like, back in my day, somebody would call you, and you could hear the tone of their voice, and it's like Key and Peele have a good bit about that when like one's texting like all angry and the other one's like all nonchalant. Like,
Dude, remember when you used to have to be concerned about the number of text messages you send?
yeah,
And like,
I didn't, but I had to get my parents' credit was so bad when I turned 17 because I was emancipated.
they took out credit on you and shit.
No, I got them a cell phone.
Nice.
Yeah.
When'd you get your first smartphone?
My first smartphone.
Yeah.
I think it was like 2010, 2011.
Yeah. I think maybe it was like 13, like Christmas 12 or something like that.
Really?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I had a grip of different phones. But I don't know. As I get older, like they last longer because like I'm not doing like all this crazy stuff like jumping in a lake at midnight.
I don't know. How long do you usually get out of a phone? How many years you get out of a phone?
My last one was like 4 or 5.
Yeah, the most I've gotten, I think, was like since the smartphone was like maybe 4.5. I gotten out of a smartphone.
Yeah.
It's usually about 3 or 4, and then it starts not working anymore.
Yeah, they do that on
Or
purpose.
the screen gets broken, or the battery freaking
It gets all big.
it gets big, or it just like only holds charge for like 2/3 of the day. Like,
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question. Okay, we're gonna get serious. We're gonna get serious now. Okay,
deep cuts.
Yeah, you ready for it? And we can cut this too if you want. Like it's
Whatever.
all pre-recorded. You know what I'm saying? So
we're
like,
not
we
live
can.
right now.
We are not live right now, but you're gonna be thankful for that once I ask these questions because you're not gonna
Okay,
know.
he's got prepared questions.
I
thought
do.
he was gonna have this.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like, what? We're just gonna riff here, like.
Actually, I don't have them written down or anything,
Okay.
but like
Thought
it's
about it.
yeah. Maybe I have.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like when somebody puts a little preparation. Something.
Yeah, I'm an interviewer. Okay, that's what I do. All right. So, do you know what Project Bluebeam is?
No.
You don't?
Blue beam.
Yeah. You don't know?
Never heard that. I mean, maybe I could take a guess.
Okay, what is it? Give me your guess. Give me your best guess.
Can I get like a 1-word hint?
Nah. I want to hear you go. Like, I want to hear you rant for a little bit about what you think. Project
Blue beam.
Bluebeam. Yeah, we might even get pulled for saying those two words in conjunction with each other.
What?
Yeah.
Is this like some radical political thing?
Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't.
Is it some like renewable energy scam?
No.
Okay. What is it?
No,
That was 2 guesses.
Oh, come on, dude. Okay.
I'll give you one more guess.
Okay, yeah, give me one more
maybe
guess.
it's-
Give me an elaborate guess.
It's
Okay.
it's a
They love dead silence.
it's a new Star Wars IRL experience with a blue lightsaber. Like,
Nice, dude. I don't know how you pulled that one off. But good job. Good job.
no,
Huh?
that's not it.
That was it. Totally it.
You're fucking with me.
It could have been it if you really believed hard enough.
Dude, I wouldn't put anything past it.
Okay, so Project Bluebeam, okay? Okay. It is like the fires in California, there like a lot of people are saying or that the fires that were in Hawaii like last year.
Oh, it's like espionage or something they're saying? Or-
Well, it's a laser from space.
I mean, it's possible.
Yeah, okay, so you're atmosphere, Mr. Atmosphere guy. So like blue is what? The color of the sky.
Okay.
Blue is the color of the sky. And when you got that color of the sky, coming down in a concentrated
It
section.
makes us fire.
It makes
down
fire
on it.
on the ground
No,
and
come
burns everything.
Come
Besides
on.
blue items, dude. If you look at
Too
the ones,
soon.
oh, dude, no, bro, this is not soon enough. Not soon enough. Somebody should have talked about this before it happened, and they did.
I don't know, dude. Natural disasters like that, I think, from all I understand, it's just going to become a norm at this point, and it's going to become the new boom bust cycle. Natural disasters are the new norm, and it's going to be a new boom bust cycle for the capitalists to
You
make
think?
a lot of money off of. They're
Okay, so
talking
what
about it.
do I need to invest in then?
They're talking about it, man. Like, well, I mean, like, think about like what happens to a place if it gets totally leveled. It gets all sold and bought and rebuilt in a different way.
And then leveled and then bought and sold and
Stuff
rebuilt.
going, more insurance.
Dude, the insurance of the California.
Jobs
Okay,
and-
this is why it's crazy. This is why it's crazy. Okay, like 2 months before California fires happened, all the insurance companies said, "No, we're not doing fire protection on y'all stuff no more."
I mean, like a lot of them fires out there are a lot of ones I've heard from the wind and all that. They start from like power lines. And all that.
Okay, so what do you think about
Monitoring.
cloud seeding then?
That was what my research was on for grad school, like for weather,
Oh.
snow, cloud seeding and stuff. Like, I mean, it's a technology. It seems like it has some effect on the clouds. Like with
Some
silver
effect.
iodide with the water and the ice crystals and the super cool liquid water and all this other stuff. Freaking,
That's a lot.
yeah. I mean, that's like some water rights stuff, and there's money for trying to make more water. And I mean, I guess that's okay in a way. And
What if they
might not
pull
be the
all the
best.
moisture out of the sky and then everybody that goes outside just dries up like a lizard on the sun that's never moved?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you're ever.
Or like
I mean,
a
it's
worm on the
balance.
sidewalk
Like,
after a rainy day.
like you're never gonna pull all of the water out of the air. Like, and
You
if
sure?
you did, it would just evaporate more out of the ocean and out of the trees.
Maybe it would,
and
maybe it wouldn't, you know?
out of
It's
the
like,
rivers and all the other stuff. Like, sorry, I got a little bit of burps going on right now. I'm trying to be
Dude.
polite and not rip it into the mic.
Yeah.
Although anybody who knows me would probably expect me to.
Right.
I won't do that to your show.
Okay. I appreciate that. They appreciate that. They
One of
do.
my lifelong dreams is to like fart into
Okay.
a microphone that's like really hot on like a huge PA system. Like,
Okay. All right.
that would be a experience.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I would want anybody to be there for it.
Why? Why'd do it otherwise?
Some things are private.
Okay. Yeah, shitting onto a mic.
But I don't know. It could be cool. I mean,
So just you could hear it, like that would just be the same thing. It was just you farting in your chair by
Get in
yourself.
trouble if there's anybody there.
What if it's your PA stuff? Maybe you have just a fart mic.
Just a brown microphone. Bring
Yeah,
my brown microphone.
yeah. I know on YMH they had a fart mic for a while.
Oh,
It's pretty funny. But yeah. So atmospheric pressures. Huh? What do you think about like the winters being later?
climate, huh?
Climate, man.
Freaking, like
You got to go under it if you can't climb it.
the way that the weather is gonna change versus the way what that means as the climate changes. Like,
Is that going to be in like summer's
could
gonna
it
be
could
winter
so
soon?
many different things. Like, it doesn't mean like the frequency, the intensity, the temperature, the amount of humidity, it's all going to start changing in different ways, whether that's
Because
more
they're
extreme or
pulling out.
faster, or like it takes a longer for it to set in, or the storms are stronger versus less often. Like, everywhere is going to get a different combination of change. And there's like some places aren't going to change much, other places are going to change more. Like,
Okay.
microphone is definitely, I don't think it's,
Dude.
maybe it's in the processing. I don't know. It's coming in and out a lot, and I'm not touching it. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like I don't know. The last couple, I've only lived here for like 8 years, and I don't know. Like it seems like the last few winters, like the snow and the cold and stuff, kind of like came late, but it kind of hit hard. I don't know. Like
Yeah, I don't know what to think about it because even because when I first moved here in 2010, or not 2010, in 2001, okay, October, it would just dump snow.
yeah, I mean, you could ask anybody who's like over the age of 60 and isn't.
I'm
Like,
not over the
seen
age of 60.
But I mean, no, like for real though. Like you ask anybody who's like our parents' kind of age that has like any kind of memory and head on their shoulders to remember, like what life was like when they were a child. Some people aren't fortunate enough to have that good a memory, but like anybody can, remember there being more snow or whatever. It was colder this time of year, like when they were younger, like it's becoming obvious, I think, to a lot of people, even if they do still hold conservative values,
Yeah,
they still have that recollection of the weather being different back in the day. Like,
can't believe you broke my microphone.
dude, I think this bolt just needs to be tied in, and then like, I don't think it's the cable. I think it's,
The microphone?
I think it might be the bit rate on, because you're going through Fruity Loops.
No.
Or what? It's just going straight through like an interface.
Yeah.
In a road interface into what is that? What are you using to record? Is that a distortion effects you got on there? Is that a laugh track? I got a cool one.
That's
that
how
I keep
you.
on- I got a cool
What
one
the
that-
are
on
you
my-
talking about?
I got a soundboard bite that I keep on my phone all the time.
There we
Yeah,
go.
dude. I just got a little app on my home screen. They probably steal all my data and shit, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? I'm not doing anything that I wouldn't show my mom, right?
Yeah, I mean, my mom's pretty cool.
I mean, I got some stuff on there that maybe I wouldn't show my mom.
Uh,
Yeah, no, man. I've had to straighten up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like I've had to readjust a lot.
yeah, life takes changes in different ways for sure. And I think the important part is taking everything in stride. That's one of my tattoos. It's like you just gotta like stuff is gonna come at you and like just gotta like keep rolling. Even though it may be a little different or the ground may be rough. Like if you're on your skateboard or whatever, like figuratively.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're on smooth ground, sometimes you're on rough ground, sometimes you freaking jump in the water for fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I know. I had a dream one time because I grew up doing like BMXing and stuff, right?
oh yeah, dude. We were at the skate park shoveling the freaking snow out
Nice.
today.
Nice.
BMX, dude, you got a bike still?
Yeah.
Dude, you gotta hit the skate park.
I'll show it to you after this.
Okay, so
But I've had that since 2009. That bike, like it's been with me
nice.
a minute.
Yeah, I have one of my longboards. It's like a really tiny longboard. It's a wood. It's not a
Yeah.
penny board, and it's got those double trucks on it, like so I could like turn around on like a regular sidewalk.
Dang.
Little longboard in Florida because we used to just like cruise.
Yeah.
We put miles on the longboards, dude, like hundreds of miles.
That's pretty sweet. But this
BMX.
Yeah, BMX. So I'm walking up the street in this city, and in my dream, this guy there's like a step down like that, right?
Like a freaking like a ramp.
Yeah, it's probably about no. It's like it was
Like
coming
a-
down a hill, so
like
like
a grassy hill.
yeah, and like it would just like have one drop off that was probably about 4 feet, and then
Little
it'd go like
bench.
yeah, and then it would go like maybe 6 feet, and then drop off another 4 feet like that.
Did you case your nose and you went over the bar?
No. I was walking up the street and there was this guy who he was on his bike and he like bunny hops one and like tail whips another one, and then like the last one he like eats it, but not like bad. Like he lands on his feet and like
He's like,
runs a
"All
little
right."
bit. Yeah. And I was like,
bodied.
yeah, wasted. But I was like, dude, you okay? And he's like, plans change, man. Plans change.
Plans change. Yeah, you gotta be ready at any moment. Like yeah, like when you're you can't just like bail. Like when you bail a trick on a skateboard, you can't like bail.
Yeah.
You have to have like some still like control. You know? It's
Yeah.
not just you don't just let go and go floppy. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
being drunk, falling off the roof. Isn't that like in Family Guy? Like,
Yeah.
drunk and then they jumped off the roof.
Yeah.
Just go limp.
I think that helped a lot with like learning how to fall. You know,
Yeah.
like I think those extreme sports teaches you how to fall.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. You know, like obviously, I still admire all the people that do all those extreme sports that are, you know, getting up there in age.
Right,
Like it's
right.
obviously role models. But I'm interested to see how like our generation fares with like hip injuries and falling downstairs and like all this other stuff. Like, is that still going to be a thing as much because so many people are into all these different sports, like
Yeah.
freaking skateboards or bikes or skates or, you know, so many more people now do at like, you know, team sports and stuff like
Yeah.
that for fun and stuff like compared to like our parents' generation or stuff like that, where that was just a thing for kids. Like,
Yeah.
so
I don't know, man. I don't know. And I really hope I don't live long enough to find out.
yeah, you want to burn your candle at both ends.
Oh yeah,
Right?
dude. That's what I've been doing.
Hopefully I can just like keep adding on some candle, you know.
No more candle, dude. No more. You get a fine night. But actually,
I want to keep coming up with better ways to burn my candle.
okay.
I don't
Please.
want to burn my candle the same way the whole time. It's got to change for sure. Like I don't want to live the same way now that I was 5 years ago or
Yeah.
in the future.
I get that.
Or like
Constantly being better, right? That's what everybody strives to. Well,
or
most
maybe
people.
maybe not being better, but making things better.
Yeah.
Whether it's making something better for somebody else or like improving your situation or your habits. Yeah, like making yourself better. That counts too. Like or just changing your situation even.
Yeah.
Being stagnant can be I guess it can be heaven and hell at the same time.
Yeah. Killer dreams. Complacency. That's where I was. That's where I was. I was complacent. And then I'm
Just like satisfied, like content, like
yeah.
yeah.
It's
It
like
could be easy.
I didn't do music that much.
It
No.
comes and goes. Like I mean, some people leave music for a while. Some people don't get into music until they're old.
Yeah.
Some people leave it and like I like that always there was this one graphic, it was like a meme or like, you know, one of them just images of floating
Right.
around like it was like relationships and it's like two lines and they could be close or far apart for different amounts of length and at the beginning or the end or the whole way or just at the end.
Yeah.
Like your relationship with a person or a activity like can kind of go, it's like waves, like it comes and goes, it can be more or less like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's fun how different everybody's like path can be and like how like they all twist together and everything, how they twist together and everything. It's freaking mind show.
I know. I think it might be both. I think it might be like the fluctuation in your
I
voice.
do talk with my hands, but I don't know. Have you seen
Well,
me,
like you go like really quiet, and then you come back up for it, and then you go like really quiet. So like you were like that, and you know that's how you are.
I sound like the teacher from Charlie Brown.
Wah, 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 wah. Maybe. I mean, I didn't want to say nothing, but yeah.
Dynamic range. I like a high dynamic range track. I don't, you know, or an album that has a high dynamic range on it.
Okay.
I hate that. I mean, like, whatever. Everything's different, you know. Freaking a punk album that's like 15 minutes long and 7 songs. It sounds like, you know, it's pretty much homogeneous, if you will. It's sick. It's rad. I love it. But, you know, personally, I enjoy something that goes and fluctuates. It comes high and it goes low and it's loud and it's sad and it's, you know, it goes all these different ways, like for a band or an album or something like that. So
Yeah.
I think it provides a deep experience in a way, you know.
Yeah.
The mic is going. I can see it. It's like inching.
Dude, I can't believe you broke my shit. I've had so many guests in here, and guess what? You come
You
here.
got an insurance policy on this mic stand?
I don't know, dude. No. But at what point? So it's simulation theory. Do you believe in simulation theory?
Like the Matrix or freaking like
No, just simulation. Like this is a simulation.
this is a simulation.
Yeah, because like
I mean, like
you say we've said like a lot.
if you think about it at surface level, it sounds absurd. And then when you start thinking about it deeper, it's absurd. Like, I mean, like if like what is your brain a computer? Does that make it a simulation? Like, is it just a verbal syntactical juggling match? Or like
Yeah.
or like the idea of free will versus free will versus determinism or whatever.
I hate that. I hate that because like in God theory, right? Like God created everything, right? And he's like, I give y'all free will, but don't be doing no bad shit. And it's like, that's the only thing I want to do though.
Well, I don't know. Okay, so think about this. Okay, like free will or whatever, like being alive. You take like the very like most rudimentary definition, like you give like a grade schooler about what makes something alive. And if you like really take those like, like it interacts with its environment and it, breathes or whatever, like it has some kind of exchange of material with its environment or whatever. So like almost anything could fall in that category. Like a rock affects the water that is going by it because the sun is shining on it and all this other stuff. So it's like, is that rock actually alive because it has some, it changes depending on its environment and it has an effect on its environment. Like, so like, is a rock capable of doing something that's bad or good by just changing its environment? Like versus how a beaver would do that. Like they change their environment, they're an animal. Like, is that good or bad? And like, we're going to extrapolate that to people. Like, we're just all here freaking responding to what we're experiencing and, throwing some shit out there to see if it changes something. And
I think it's crazy that a lot of our things are based off emotion, though.
Emotion?
Mm-hmm. Like, you can't kill people, right? Because we feel like that is bad, right? That was, like the people you killed, right?
I mean, morally, you can't kill people, but also morally, the state says you can kill people.
Right.
Like 2 + 2 = 5. Like,
right. Yeah.
What else am I gonna say, right? Like,
yeah.
So, yeah, I watched that movie recently.
Okay.
I hadn't seen it before, and it's like, wow, there's a few pop culture references that are like from that because it's like a pretty old thing that I didn't know were from that.
What movie?
1984.
Oh yeah,
like
yeah,
1954 movie version
of 1984.
It was like, yeah. So it came out like 30 years in the future. This movie's gonna be like this movie's about today.
Yeah,
it was sick. Yeah, I don't know. It definitely reminds me. I don't know, like.
I know. I think it's funny they like past predictions of what the future is like.
Oh, like science fiction, like
yeah.
Dude, what's the craziest science fiction that hasn't become yet that you think would be super sick if it did?
Star Wars, dude. Like,
yeah, like intergalactic
yeah.
regimes. Okay, there's been a lot of. I want them to find some Journey to the Center of the Earth shit. I want them to find like a cave that's so big it like makes all the geologists shit their pants. Like
yeah.
They're like big enough to where like there's like plants. Like, that would be sick. You ever read that one? I read the abridged version for the elementary schoolers. Journey to the Center.
Oh yeah.
Freaking.
I was never a good book reader.
I don't read. I don't like reading. I haven't read a book for fun.
I've grown a little bit better to reading, but it's still mostly nonfiction.
I try to I've given it a try. I've tried a couple different kinds of books. I can read well. I'm a slow reader. Freaking, but I try to read. I like technical stuff. Like science stuff isn't too bad for me. Like reading a science textbook.
Yeah.
It's almost like riveting in a way. It's,
And then the amoeba did what?
Yeah, or whatever. Like
It just splits in
versus
two?
like some freaking crazy, ridiculous metaphor or nonfiction story about some people, and you're trying to like supposed to extrapolate this
Right.
like very ethereal thing from it. Like,
Mm-mm. I've never liked fiction. You know, like I watch fiction movies like Jurassic Park and stuff, right?
yeah,
But like
yeah, that's good
I
entertainment in a way, right? Like,
yeah, but I've never really liked Star Wars or Star Trek or like Lord of the Rings. I just watched all the Harry Potters like last year.
you did a marathon. How
Yeah.
long did it take?
Well, I did it in like 3 days.
3 days, dude.
Yeah.
I watched all the Stranger Things in 3 days. That was weird coming out of that one.
Yeah, I bet. What do you think about season 5, man? Is that gonna be crazy?
I haven't seen 4 yet. It was the first 3 of Stranger Things that I binged, but
You haven't seen the 4th?
I have not seen the 4th. I don't really like pay for much of the services.
I don't know
and
which one
stuff.
they're on. I think they're on.
I don't know if they came. Did they come out with a 4? Like, I don't know. I thought
Maybe it's 4 that they're coming out
Yeah,
with.
dude. Like all the repeats, man. Like, I mean, there's a way. Like, you got to keep making stuff, right?
Yeah.
But, like, we could get some newer stories. Like,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's like there's like years where every movie's a sequel.
oh yeah, yeah. Apparently, I saw like a headline or something the other day. Like, this year was like last year was like way less movies and all this other stuff because there was like the strikes and the writer
Yeah,
industry and all this other
I
stuff.
forgot about that.
Freaking media.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. Like all the different parts there are because like have been writing a movie.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, and like just the act of writing the movie because I've never written a movie before.
Yeah.
So the screenplay for it, every page has to be a minute.
What?
Yeah,
To read it or like it goes down in a
it
minute?
goes down in a minute.
Like of playtime? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So every page. So in order to make
That's
an
a
hour
cool
and a half
way to
long
like a
movie,
limitation to like a bridge.
yeah, it's 92 pages per hour and a half.
92 pages. That's not too bad. That's attainable.
It's attainable.
I
It's
think
better
my
than writing a
thesis was
novel,
like
that's for sure.
150 pages or something like that.
Huh?
My thesis was like 150 pages, my dissertation.
Jesus.
There were like graphics and stuff too, and there's like some references.
Are you still writing it or like
No, that's been done for a while.
you said 150 pages? What the hell did you write about?
Well, like you have to go through all the background stuff. So, like, like a research project in high school, like,
Yeah.
like you got to find your references. And like basically the whole thing is just like amalgamating these references to tell a story, right?
Mm.
That's just like the first like quarter of the whole dissertation is like all of that part. And then it's like, okay, here's like how all that fits into like you're giving the background to your experiments and why and what you're doing. And here's my results.
Yeah.
So it takes years to put something like that together. I mean, writing a movie, I mean, I guess there's been maybe a few cases of somebody like, I put the screenplay together for 10 minutes before.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That stuff takes time. Like, it's really cool. I think that's really what makes beauty. What, like in general terms, like, what people find really beautiful is when it's very obvious that it took a lot and a lot of careful thought and some very methodical things will go into something. Like when you look at a mountainside, it's so beautiful because the eons of the weather that it took to
Right.
make that or whatever. Like
Yeah.
God doing things.
On God.
Yeah, dude. Like the universe and God is like the same thing to me in a way.
Yeah, it is.
Like it's like
Yeah. Can be.
two different ways of talking about the same coin.
Yeah. And so flat Earth.
Conspiracy theories.
Yeah. Flat Earth. Well, I was mostly gonna ask about the weather.
Oh yeah, what is this blue thing? Oh,
Bluebeam.
yeah.
Project
So they're
Bluebeam.
freaking. They got the
Yeah.
conspiracy is they have satellites to start these fires. and
Yeah. Yeah.
that sounds like some Dr. Evil thing. Like laser beams
Lasers.
on their freaking foreheads. Like,
Yeah. No, dude, it's real, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
the
you watch
world.
you watch some of the video, dude. You can see it. You can see it happen. It all comes down and it all burns.
Yeah, when you watch all that stuff on it, stuff, it's just like it seems more and more like a movie.
It seems like a movie.
It seems more.
You
and
ever
more
see
like a movie,
Twister?
like-
That
Yeah,
movie
dude,
happens to a
Twister
lot
was
of
a sweet
people.
movie, like that's like a huge inspiration for a lot of the people who went my path in school. And stuff, like,
Oh,
there's
I
movies like
bet.
that, and like the day after tomorrow,
The Perfect Storm.
or like all these.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a way to reflect arts.
Yeah.
It's cool getting people together. I like getting people together. That's like been a passion of mine for a long time. Is like hosting parties or events for people to just get together and have a good time and converse and live. Just freaking have a time. Get away from stuff.
The time of my life. Not you. Not you.
It's a doggy.
You get the worst time of your life. You keep popping in here like that.
She could be on the show.
She can't. She can't. She's
She's not
under.
on.
She's underage. She's not. She doesn't give
Underage.
consent.
She does. She can't give consent.
She's underage. She's a small puppers. All right. And I don't want to expose her to this kind of like thing yet. She's got to be at least 13 or 14 before she even gets a
Jesus.
cell phone, dude. Yeah. Or she even gets a cell phone, dude.
Freaking yeah, cell phones, man. Like
She's probably like 8 right now.
yeah, it's gonna be an interesting thing, like how it's gonna change in the future, like what the expectation is of how old people should be of having that kind of thing. Like I wonder what it's gonna be in 10 years from now, let alone what.
You got to be 100 to get a cell phone.
Well, yeah. Well, like because like originally, like like Facebook or whatever was supposed to just be for like people that were 18 plus, and then like very quickly, like anybody could basically be on there, and then now people have freaking profiles for their dogs and shit.
Yeah, I get that. She almost got one, but they said that you're going to be able to like live to be like 125.
You think? I mean, maybe like the people that
With
really take care of
modern
shit.
medicine.
Modern
No.
medicine, I mean, like freaking.
No way I can't live to be like 200, 250.
I wonder what the microplastics are really gonna do.
Yeah, that is a concern.
But there's like apparently there's no control. Like there's nobody that doesn't have microplastics.
Right.
They went to like remote ass places.
Yeah.
And the
Microplastics.
Microplastics. Like,
Dude, it's everywhere. Do you think that's gonna affect weather and stuff? Like it has to, right?
well,
What if it?
I mean,
what if
like,
it goes in the sky?
so like if you
and
think
pulls out
about,
all the
like,
moisture?
like one of the biggest uncertainties is like the what kind of dust and freaking soot and all these different other things that are in the air that aren't oxygen, nitrogen, water vapor, argon, those things like
Yeah.
the particulate matter, the aerosols. That's like one of the biggest uncertainties. And well, for the last 50 years, like if you think about like what domestic dust is and like these tiny little particles floating around in the air, like a lot of it is these fibrous materials that we have. There's basically not a single textile in this whole room that isn't emitting some kind of piece of plastic off of it. It's floating around in the air. So that stuff, can interact with the water and the light and everything. And there's basically no way to know what is happening
I
without
know.
it there anymore.
Yeah.
So
What about Garbage Island, man?
Garbage Island in the Pacific.
Yeah.
Recycling. I mean, glass and aluminum makes sense.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But plastic recycling doesn't really make too much sense to me. But yeah, the garbage patch. Whatever. Like apparently there's animals that can eat that shit and bacteria and stuff that they can process plastic now.
Yeah.
Whatever they can keep pumping that stuff out.
Yeah.
That's what they need.
Yeah.
We gotta have domestic. That's the narrative.
Okay. So how do you feel about improv comedy?
I feel like I could do a pretty good job at improv comedy, but it would be very hard for me to do it as a character and not be myself.
Mm.
And then like like the reasons why people hate certain comedians and stuff like that, like taking stuff out of context and all that. Like I feel like I have one of those personalities that's very dividing, to where some people really like me and some people really hate me.
Yeah, I get that.
So, I would say something, in a sarcastic or, satirical kind of way, and it'd be taken seriously because somebody wasn't paying attention enough because they were scrolling while they were listening to something.
Yeah.
Like they were watching a comedy special while they were doing their math homework.
Mm.
And then they're like, that guy's racist because they heard him say a bad word in the middle of it and they weren't really paying attention. I don't know, but
Yeah. Dude.
I've tried a little bit of stand up. I had like a couple jokes, but
You're more about clouds.
I like music, I think, is a better outlet for me in
Ah.
a way. Because there's a lot more that you can communicate with like how something sounds than just the words.
So
And I like how you can have in music, it's almost like desirable that the words have more than one meaning, and
Yeah.
especially can be interpreted differently by many different people.
right.
Powerful regardless,
Yeah.
because it was powerful in the way you meant it or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing about writing hooks. It's
Mm.
like you got to come up with something that's like that hits you in a way that you can just like belt it in a way that you can just like really sell it, and you don't even really have to try. And then whatever somebody takes out of that,
Right.
it can be sick. Like music is cool. Like getting people together for live music and stuff, I think is sick at all capacities. Whether it's a freaking dive bar that's got 5 people in it on a Tuesday night with a guy singing and playing guitar, or if it's Red Rocks, like fucking
Yeah.
laser show.
I know.
It's a cool thing. It makes the world go round in a way.
So with that being said, what is your definition of happiness?
Happiness definition, like I don't know,
Or
like,
success? What's your definition of success?
um,
Okay.
I
love
just
that
messing with
silence.
you. I'm just messing with you. I think it's really more like the basic thing of like leaving the world better than I found it in a way.
Okay.
I think for me that's like huge. Whether that's helping people for $1, making their day good, serving tables, or at a conference center, or whether that's working towards some scientific goals, as a scientist or a technician,
Yeah.
or just science, or like relationships, like my family, helping them out and making life better and enjoyable for them, and my partner, or the animals in the forest or in the creeks.
Yeah.
Like, just kind of, I got those, those rugs that you give to like a toddler,
Yeah.
like a little map of everything.
Yeah, for sure.
And you get the Hot Wheels on it. There's like a little sound town hall. I think my favorite part about those is like the classic one. It has the plane going with the banner and it says, all aboard. We're just all here freaking going and we're doing it. Like, like try to get through this thing and make it not terrible for people, and I guess, capitalism, it's like, well, we can work to make it as good as we want for ourselves at whatever expense.
Yeah.
Whether that means, I can have 6 houses, yet one person can't afford a single one, with 2 pensions, salary, freaking benefits, jobs. You
Yeah.
still can't buy a house,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So leaving the world a better place than you found it. Do you remember what you're like when you sleep? Do you have dreams?
Yeah, I dream a lot. I wouldn't say I've dreamed a lot recently. I used to have a lot of like when I would like get sick as a kid, like of the flu or whatever, I'd have like a lot of like really bad, like recurring night terrors, like just crazy nightmares that would like make me like run around the house in my sleeping state or whatever. Like
Crazy. I'm sure
But-
your parents love that.
I had a lot of dreams of like flying and stuff, like Superman style, or like being able to run like in stride like a bicycle, but just running, like,
Yeah.
uh
I can never run in my dreams.
yeah, I used to have quite a bit of lucid dreaming to where I could be like let's go do this, and he can make decisions and doing this stuff. That was kind of cool. But now I can like fly in real life. So like, what do I need dreams for? Like,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You do some paragliding.
Yeah, paragliding. That's been a good time. That's been definitely a super technically diverse, emotionally diverse experience. Like having a level enough head and being like calm enough in like this situation. It's like I don't know exactly what the weather is because it's always uncertain and like I think I'm pretty good at this and I know what to do and I think the conditions are good, but just being nervous and like still being able to make rational, safe decisions when you're nervous.
Yeah.
Being able to like care for your gear and like understand your environment and then just like being up in the air and like you're like 2,000 feet off the ground and you just have like, some fabric and cords and, backup parachute. You're looking down like, okay, now I have to figure out how to get down to the ground because the weather's picking up and I'm not that good yet. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely an experience. Like just like being a bird, like chasing a bird and, like,
So you wish that you could just like flap and fly, like,
dude, that was a dream I always had when I was a kid. Like, I want to be a bird, like, fly and like dive and swoop and like,
yeah,
flying and stuff. And like, it's weird. Like, I actually kind of like attained that in a way. Like, I could die tomorrow being happy. It's like, whoa, dude, like, I learned how to fly. Like, what? Like,
it's pretty cool.
Like, you could just die on top of a mountain at any time or whatever, doing anything, whether it's driving or freaking a bullet comes through your wall at a random because somebody's reckless in the middle of the night, like, because they have a range in the yard next door. Like,
Yeah. It actually happened to one of my friends.
Dude, that happened to my brother in Florida.
What?
Yeah, he lived like out in the sticks. There's like rural areas out there too.
Yeah.
And one morning he woke up to some sound in the room and he found a bullet hole in the wall and a bullet hanging out. And dude had like a target like a quarter mile through the woods and they had a stray go past the target and through my brother's freaking wall.
Scary.
Yeah, like
scary.
Yeah. So
I think that
we've been talking for a while.
What? Okay, so I'm gonna set you up with a character. Okay, you set me up with the place
setting.
We're gonna do some improv. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So who's gonna act the character?
You're gonna act the character.
I'm gonna act this character.
Yes,
you're gonna tell me who to act, and
Yep.
you're gonna try to guess where it is, or
no? You have to set the scene. You have to tell me what the scene is. I give you the character,
God.
And then you start, and I'll be the response. I'll be the yes and. Okay.
Okay. No promises. I completely understand how this is supposed to or going to work.
You just have to set the scene.
Okay.
Just tell us where we're at.
Okay.
Where are we at? Take us there.
So I get the setting first before the character comes.
Yeah, I gotta know what kind of character I need to give you, like what region, like where are we at? Are we at a town hall? Are we at, a fire station? Are we at like a grocery store? Like where are we at? A bar? Like it doesn't matter.
We're at
a nature preserve somewhere.
A random basement party.
Word?
In Wyoming.
Okay. A random basement party in Wyoming. Okay. Your character. Your character is actually a student from Iowa.
Iowa student.
Yeah.
I'm not into sports.
It doesn't matter. You came here because the tuition's cheap.
Okay.
And they have your program.
I'm an exchange or just somebody coming to school here.
Yep.
From Iowa.
Yep.
And we're at a basement party.
Okay. You know what the accent for Iowa is? You gotta do the accent. Dude.
I'm not good at accents.
Dude, so just Midwest accent.
A Midwest accent is like no accent. Though.
Well, it kind of is.
I kind of have like a New York kind of accent, I think.
Yeah, kind of a little bit. So.
But I also say y'all.
Okay. Yeah. So you start the conversation. We're standing here. We got some beers on our hands. I don't know you. You don't know me. This is how you start a conversation. What's an accent?
So what are you here to school for, man? What are you studying? That's the
And
classic, dude. So many people ask that question. Like anytime you meet somebody when you're an undergraduate,
yeah,
it's like always ask, "What do you study?"
yeah, I know. That's usually they tell me a student. I ask like, "What are you studying?" But yeah, that was Next to the Lamp, everyone. Mirror.
Oh, should I hit the?
Dr. Tom.
I brought this to hit the, and we can.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, Dr. Tom in the house.
Sick.
Yeah,
Thanks
tell
for
the
having
people
me,
where they
bro.
can find you.
So I'll be doing a show at the Buckhorn on a Wednesday. Buckhorn on a Wednesday night. We'll be playing some electronic music. I'm gonna be doing some like drum and bass style, but not like drum and bass style. Like I'm gonna be playing the drums on like electronic drums and a
Okay.
sousaphone at the same time
Word.
with like some effects. It's gonna get pretty vibey.
All
And then
right.
there'll be some DJ Adeline singing too, with Tinder does. So I guess I got like some albums on Bandcamp.
Yeah, one
There's
called
one
Unfiltered.
Unfiltered is by Dr. Tom there, and there's another one, MO. That's me and Aaron. Uh they're both on Bandcamp, and then I think there's another track I have on there. You might find it. It's just like me playing some tuba track.
Cool.
I got a YouTube channel. I got some paragliding videos on there, some old school throwbacks.
You guys know the links will be in the description
It's all
below.
it's all my likeness. I'm me. I'm not no stage name. It's just me.
What's your Instagram?
I think it's like dr period underscore t dot o dot m something. Freaking, I don't memorize that stuff.
All right. Well, mine's Malapert Merc, so like,
Yeah.
nothing like too crazy there.
Yeah,
You know,
Malapert Merc.
yeah.
And there's the other one too, right?
Malapert Merc Music actually on Instagram, and then Flawed Motif as well.
Flawed Motif.
Yeah.
And then,
Next to the Lamp is also on the
Can we turn this
Instagram.
back on, dude? This is sick. I remember I used to see one of these a while back. Can we turn that on for the outro?
Yeah, we can turn it on for the outro. Usually the
Yeah.
outro is like a close up of this with like the credits that roll.
The lamp?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It used to be the beginning also, but I decided to switch up the intros.
What kind of oil is in there?
Mineral?
Just like freaking baby oil, or
Mineral oil?
like something you would put in your brakes?
No, mineral oil.
Well, that's it. Because you put in like brake fluid is mineral oil a lot of times.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah, I love the way that drips.
Yeah. And my grandma had one of these when I was growing up, and hers was just the ring around it, and there was like a goddess in the middle. My mom
Nice.
found me this one at an estate sale in
Yeah,
Cali.
super sweet. Super like
Super
it's super
vibey.
like audio visual, like cymatics, like fluid dynamic show is sick.
Yeah.
You didn't come to my planetarium shows? I did
No,
two light shows at the planetarium.
You never.
And I did
Oh wait, I think I went to one of them. I don't remember which one it was.
Yeah, that was super fun. Like working and making yeah, doing like projector light shows and stuff. We did it at the roller disco too. That was sick. Like
that does seem pretty cool.
I like the way water and stuff moves.
Yeah, cymatics is weird though. But I want to thank everyone for listening this far. You are the real ones. I want to thank Dr. Tom for his time and his energy, man. You've been an awesome guest. I love having you on. We'll have to do it again for sure. Maybe in the new studio. Yeah, atmospheric stuff, like getting it. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.